Of all the gardens I look forward to visiting, High Hill Top has got to be one of the finest. You know, some people garden as a hobby. Some people garden as a profession. Some people give up their work and then they move over to gardening as something to fill their retirement. Ian and Dorothy Headley, they open their garden every year for the National Garden Scheme, and it's the highest garden in the National Garden Scheme book. 1,250 feet above sea level, quite shallow soil, so the efforts they have to put in are huge. But to come over here, albeit for Dorothy's cottage pie, and look at their garden is an absolute privilege. And I'm going to show you some of the highlights. Plant-wise, it's just wonderful what they do. The hostas are superb. They sometimes say that you get 6 months of winter and 6 months of bad weather here. And yet against all these odds, and against falling off the edge of the world almost, falling off the roof of the world, or the roof of England, they manage. And I know they put hours and hours of time and effort into this garden, but they get so much pleasure out of it, despite what they say. These hostas and this hosta bed is wonderful. I can see Patriot, Praying Hands, Whirlwind. There's some ones I just don't even know what they are. And all this high up above Weardale. It's a garden that's situated between two dales. It's between Weardale and Teesdale. And their humour and their sheer joy that they get. It's an example. These hostas are absolutely magnificent. In fact, they put mine to shame at Plantsman's Corner. I think that's a little pilgrim. Everything here is a struggle, but it's a struggle that they're more than man enough to stand up to. I've never ceased to be impressed. Ranunculus aconitifolius, berberis, potentillas. And I wasn't even aware that moles could survive at this height. You look up over those dales, and coming through from this garden to the next, down steps, patches of bold blue Meconopsis, Bictonicifolia, Baileyii. The garden slopes down, and they take full advantage of the slope by planting in layers. I suspect Ian would say he doesn't take advantage of anything, he just does what comes naturally. I think he hides his light under a bushel somewhat. They both do. My God, there's even bloody alligators. Either that or they're big newts. There's a lovely Rosa glauca here. Forever the farmer, Ian. Prunus avium floriplena, the double wild cherry. This is just going over. It probably hasn't been out very long here. The summers really are short. But that would have been stunning in its beauty a week or two back. Let's creep up on him and see what we can find out.
And it is brilliant in the back end because you've got the really bright red and the bright yellow as well.
And it's good that it hasn't overtaken.
No,
no. You know, I'm just going to move on. I am too.
No, we don't want to be on any video.
The Berberis, the lovely golden Berberis, coupled with a nice red one. And here, it's Physocarpus. Physocarpus lady in red. You usually see Diablo, but I know this is lady in red because I sold it to them. Isn't that a cracking colour?
Put a bag of compost over in the window.
Yeah.
Or 2 bags of compost on that one probably, and one on this one down here. Now look at that skunk cabbage.
Oh God, yeah, just a year's difference.
2 years.
2 years difference.
We'll go down that way.
Go down then. Just take your time as much as you want.
I like these. I like these beech.
I love them. Yeah.
But I think really, you could cut it back if you wanted, just to accentuate the colony.
Yes. Yes.
This is
I'll
my
do
favourite sorbus. This is
it?
Chinese lace.
Yeah.
What do you like about it? Just the foliage.
Lovely fine leaf. Yeah.
Right.
Did you get that Norway beach, the Arctic beach up there?
So here it is.
No.
I'll go and have a look. God. Ian collects sorbus, mountain ash, and he's got them from all over, and I've never heard of some of them.
That's the one.
He loves his mountain ash.
Well, you know that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Canary bird. You know that's going to be beautiful in a couple of weeks.
Going to be spot on. Canary bird. And this is yours very nice as well. The flowering nutmeg.
This is amazing. These are all Rosa rugosa.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're thriving.
It's the stuff out the pond. When we clean the bottom out of the pond, what a carry-on we have.
Right.
We put it on there. Don't we, Ian?
Yep.
The stuff out the pond goes on there, doesn't it?
And my magnolia.
He got a somebody bought him a magnolia and it's just finished flowering. We've just put it in there.
But you've never seen skunk cabbages like those, Mark.
Eh? They are pretty good, aren't they?
If they're not spectacular, I don't know what is.
And do they have good flowers on?
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant.
Mind you don't hurt yourself in
Especially
there.
that I don't fall in a hole. Because if I'm short of soil, I go in there. And
The gunner's looking well.
Yeah. The gunner is looking better than that over there.
Yeah. But I mean, these hostas have taken off this time as well.
And you have nothing to worry about.
No,
There
when
is-
we went to that garden on Sunday, there wasn't a great lot there.
That,
So we
all
thought
those
we
pot
would
and
go
tillies, we just planted that up last back end.
Yeah, because certain people didn't have any orange ones, did they?
That's right. Nah, but you know, you get these places where
Red
you just
ones we were wanting.
This
red,
is
red,
Simon Lewis ferret. It has the lovely sectioned leaves. Look at that.
Never rough.
Beautiful. And all was grown against the odds.
Are you talking to me? No.
No, I'm talking to the video camera. Do you just never get fed up with it?
Awful days.
Yeah.
Windy days, yes.
And the wind's constant, isn't it?
When the wind, yeah. It's not very often we get days that it isn't. But I still love it.
I'm not surprised, Dorothy. It's beautiful. And what else would you do with your time?
Well, this is what we said. If we sold up tomorrow and went to live in a bungalow, how would you fill your day in? Because you can't go out spending money every day.
You can watch daytime telly.
You don't have it. Oh no, you don't have it to spend anywhere.
And with the berberis, there is a very unusual one. I used to grow it a lot at Eggleston. This is Berberis temolaica. And instead of the purple leaves, it has these glaucous blue leaves. And later on it will have yellow flowers. Temolaica comes from China. And there is a beautiful little picea called Daisy's White. Look at that. What can you say about a garden like this? Other than it's a testament to the people's efforts and hope and effort over adversity. But it's a beautiful place, miles from anyone, surrounded by sheep and hills. And this is actually one small sheltered area. I suppose you would describe it as an oasis. Beautiful.